Hi everyone, welcome to our world. Welcome to Pico Explains. How you doing, honey?
Hey, doing good there, Audrey. Welcome, everybody, to this fine city of El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, so we got a little fun one today. If anyone who knows me knows I'm a big scaredy cat, I'm a big chicken. This one decided to look into stuff that's going to be giving me nightmares, so he's going to be up all night.
Hmm. We're going to be talking about shadow people.
Yeah.
Now, later, I got a actual shadow people story that actually happened to me. But for now, right now, we're just going to go down to the basics. What do you know about shadow people, Audrey?
Well, I had to look it up, and we were looking on YouTube, and we decided to change that because, yeah, I kind of freaked myself out already.
Hmm.
But there's several different types of shadow people. The most common is general humanoid silhouettes. So no discernible facial features, stuff like that. That's the most common one. The least common is shadow animals.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, okay.
Now, what do you mean by shadow animals? You mean like actual animals in
Actual,
shadow form?
yes, exactly. So you're seeing cats, dogs, bears, any kind of animal creatures.
Mm.
Very rare to see those though. But we got a few different specific types. You've got the Hat Man.
Yeah, I've heard of the Hat Man.
He's usually seen with a fedora and a trench coat.
Yeah,
That I've
I've been told that what he does is he basically has like a long black rim hat,
yes.
and then he hides like in the corner,
Okay.
and he's like very long.
Yeah, very tall and slender.
Hmm.
Okay. You've got the hooded figure,
Okay.
which seems to look like a monk like figure, kind of with the monk robe kind of thing.
Mm.
But with that figure, people get a sense of rage when they
Rage
see him.
when they see the monk.
I'm like, okay, that doesn't quite coincide, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
The next one you have the black smoke slash mist people, which are basically a puff of smoke or mist just kind of in the air, representing a shadow person. And that when someone sees that, it's an intense dread feeling that they get.
A dread feeling.
A dread. Yeah, maybe someone's death is coming, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the peeking shadows, which sound fun until it might happen to you, which
Mm-hmm.
are usually childlike shadows peeking around corners. Curiosity is the sense that people feel when that happens.
Now, are they outside when they're peeking in, or you're talking about like just like if they're
And
sticking their head out like through the door opening, like
yep,
in your room or
right
something?
around the house, right around the corner of the wall, peeking out, and you go and look, and nobody's there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
usually they're very small, childlike figures.
Mm-hmm.
You've got red eye shadows,
Mm-hmm.
which basically have glowing red eyes. I guess like the old school pictures we used to take with the Polaroids,
Mm-hmm.
when one of us would have beady red eyes, yeah, kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I'm actually surprised the one that wasn't brought up was the witch.
that one didn't pop up. Now the witch, when you're talking the witch one, do you know if she has facial features or if it's just the silhouette?
Well, from what I understand, it has the features of like like a witch, scary witch.
The nose, like the hook nose.
Um, you know what? 100%. I'm not sure. I've just always been told that it's got features of like an old witch. Like like hair everywhere. You know what I mean? Just
Like Hansel, the
like
witch from Hansel and Gretel.
yeah, something like the silhouette of an old person. And the way this goes is it will come for you or it will attack you when you're in your sleep. Like
Oh,
it'll crawl. It'll crawl like it'll start off like somewhere on the corner of a wall, and you're kind of like half awake or awake if you will, and you're just laying there and you're looking at it and it's just slowly crawling like to you, and it will get to the foot of the bed, and what it does is it'll crawl right on top of you.
does it cause the sleep paralysis where literally you can't move while you're
Yeah.
like, oh,
And
who
what it is
knows?
is you can't move, and it's just there on top of you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And it's
you
just
see,
like,
how I'm gonna get nightmares. Everybody, you see what he does.
and then it just does, it just does whatever it's gonna do, and it's just like staring at you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And just like you said, if if you're like paralyzed,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
creepy.
and Yeah, just just saying. I just surprised that on your list that didn't pop up because that's a common one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that one didn't pop up. I did find one though, however. I will tell you a story about one I did find
Mm-hmm.
that's common here in El Paso. We do have a few haunted places here in El Paso, Texas.
Okay.
This one is at the Concordia Cemetery, which is, a long time cemetery we've had in El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
But it's specifically in the Chinese section of that cemetery. I haven't gone to Concordia Cemetery in decades, so I didn't know it was sectioned in different areas. But there's a silhouette. It's a tall, dark silhouette with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat,
Mm-hmm.
which people have said that they think it might be from the shadow person of John Wesley Hardin.
Harding.
Harding, yes,
Harding.
Harding, Hardin.
Okay. And for the people that don't know who Harding is, you want to just give us a rundown there?
He was an old Wild West gunslinger that was killed here in El Paso by an off-duty police officer in a saloon here. He was actually killed August 19th of 1895. So his the anniversary of his death was 3 days ago. I was like, oh, we should have done this 3 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
but still, nonetheless, his first murder was at 15, and then his next one was 2 weeks after that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's said to have killed between 20 to 50 people during this time. So, serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
He said they were justified, but that's so. But no real specifics on that. He was a son of a minister, though, too. So that kind of
Right.
surprised me. But yeah,
So someone's claiming that they saw his shadow.
several. It's a
Oh,
common.
several
It's
people.
it's common here in El Paso. It's one of the common ones, and he stands right outside the Chinese section on Concordia Cemetery. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. We should have gone 3 days ago. Yeah, I would have gone screaming. So yeah,
I,
no, we shouldn't
I,
have.
I for one would have went down over there for
I
sure.
know, yeah, but I'll
And
tell
and whoever else wants to go with me, let me know.
you. What
But
about you, honey? You got something?
yeah, you know what? In fact, I had an experience with a shadow person, and this is no bull crap. I know it happened to me. You know what I mean? And I'm just not going to bring it up just to make something up. I mean, it really did happen to me. I was I believe I was like in my like 17, 18 years old around there. And I was at that time I was getting into religion. Now I'm not going to say what religion it was, but I was uh I was pretty hardcore into it at the time. And I remember I was in my bedroom, and in my bedroom, the hallway was connected straight on through the hallway. My younger sister and youngest sister's bedroom was there, and there was a bathroom that split the two bedrooms down. And I'm sitting there, and I remember I was just like laying there, and then I don't know if you ever heard of those stories where you're just like laying there, either half asleep or whatnot, or awake, and then all of a sudden you feel that pressure, someone like putting pressure like on the corner of your bed, I'm sorry, and then letting it go,
Yeah,
and then it just does that,
that vibration.
that
That
vibration.
vibration. Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I felt that, but at first, before that, it sat next to me, like by my feet. It sat down, and I just remember just not moving, heavily breathing and just not moving. And then I started praying, and then I felt it get up, and then after a bit, it put its either its strong arm or whatever it was on the corner. I'm laying on my back, so it would be on my right side right
Mm.
here, and it just pushed it down like that, and then it just let it go. Okay, and
Oh.
then like I said, the vibration of it going up and down and stuff like that, and then I just remember just as I was looking towards the hallway, I had the blanket wrapped around my head and stuff.
Obviously, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
hello, that's what you do. The blanket's your protector.
And then it passed in front of me, towards the hallway. And from what I saw it was like the back of like a beast, like a hunchback beast.
Like werewolf, kind of
I
like.
guess maybe that's what you want to call it, but it was something like a Quasimodo, the Hunchback
Okay.
of Notre Dame kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it just slumped to the side like this. It wasn't walking like footsteps, like da 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 da.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It just glided. You
Oh.
know what I mean? It just glided in front of me. It stood there for a second because it must have known that I was staring out towards that way, so he wanted to make sure that I was looking at him, or it whatnot. And then it just like shoom like that. You know
Oh.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it went into the bathroom, and then no lie, the light turned on.
Oh.
You know what I'm
I'd
saying?
be
And I
gone.
said, "What the hell?" And so what it did was the lights turned back off, which doesn't make any sense because these are shadow people. You know what I'm thinking? And I'm like, why
Yeah.
would they turn on the light?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, maybe it's one of my parents or something like that. But no, I was wide awake. I know what I saw. And then when the light turned off, it came back out, and then it went into my sister's rooms. You know what I'm saying? And then, just some adrenaline, something kicked in, the bravery thing. I got up, and then I aimed right for, my sister's bedrooms, just to confront it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I went in, opened the door. They were asleep. And then I'm looking around like this. And then in the corner of my younger sister's side of the bed, I saw it right there, right in the corner of the shadow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Trying
it
to
just
plan.
it just sat there, and it was just like moving its head. You know what I'm talking
Trying
about?
to
Like
kind of figure you out.
yeah, side by side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And then I just sat there, blinked, and then it was gone. You know what I'm talking
I'll be
about?
sleeping on the couch tonight. I'm like, it's gonna. If it comes around, it's on you, honey. I'll be on the couch. I'm not. Ooh, ooh.
And that's the strangest thing about it. You hear these stories, about it on on TV, radio, whatever, and then you're kind of skeptical about it. You're like, okay, okay, you know what I mean? But again, I know what I saw. I know it happened to me. There was something going on, something unexplained, something evil. You know, and I witnessed it and I saw it, and that's just one of those things that I'll never forget. You know what I mean? And it sticks with you.
Yeah, that's. You see, I didn't want to watch the videos, and then he tells that story. Yeah, I know that's not gonna be a good night for us.
Well, folks, we're done with this story. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And please, if you guys can, do us a favor. If you guys can share, like, comment, get that word out there. Let everybody know that we're out there.
Yeah,
We would greatly appreciate it.
absolutely.
And
You can get a hold of us
mhm,
at picoexplains@gmail.com. Give us story ideas, something you'd like to hear on the podcast. We can have some fun with that. You can get a hold of us through Facebook or through Spotify, guys.
all right, guys, you guys take it easy and have a good one.
Bye, guys.